Hello, my name is Kamario Twilly, and I'm a candidate for the Instructional Technology Specialist degree at Kennesaw State University. The title of my capstone is Using Instagram to Engage Parents. Once again, my name is Kamario Twilly. This is my fourth year teaching, and I've decided to pursue a degree at Kennesaw State University. The school that I chose to enact my capstone is Putnam County Primary School, which is located in a rural setting in Edenton, Georgia. The school is part of a charter school system. The school serves grades pre-K through second, and the school population is about 750 students. 75% of the population receives free or reduced lunch, and the demographics of the schools is as follows: 40% African American, 45% Caucasian, 10% Hispanic, and 5% identify as other. Today, during my capstone, I've already given you the introduction. I will talk to you about a problem that has arose in our school, also the capstone's plan, the evaluation plan of the capstone, description of the capstone experience, and reflection of the capstone. The problem that has come about in our school is that a lot of parents and teachers have expressed the need for parental engagement. Many teachers say that parents are not as engaged as they would like them to be. But parents are also wanting to be engaged or looking for avenues that allow them to engage with the school, but is quote unquote less taxing, such as requiring them to be there physically. Teachers express the need to having avenues to share students' work and allowing them to raise the loading score of assignments and enhance authentic learning. Teachers also want to have a way to engage stakeholders in a medium in which they currently reside. In this instance, a substantial part of the kids' parents use social media. So the parents and the teachers have come up with a plan or come up with a suggestion of how could they use social media in a manner that engages them. So the essential question: Instagram and parental engagement. How can educators incorporate Instagram into the curriculum to promote parental and student engagement, but at the same time add depth to their instruction? The capstone's plan. First, I had to conduct some research on what are the best ways to incorporate social media, in this case, Instagram, into the curriculum. Then I went onto Instagram, of course, and I researched some teachers that are currently using Instagram. There were a plethora of teachers and academic coaches to follow. I chose two or three to follow up with, and they gave me some methods and ways to incorporate Instagram. Also, I reached out to the teachers because I wanted to measure their level of personal and professional use of social media in their lives. Also, I wanted to measure their comfort level with the possibility of using social media in an academic setting and not always being a consumer or in their personal lives. Then I created an Instagram account to serve as a model for the teachers in the future to utilize if they saw need to. Also, I wanted to be able to provide learning opportunities for parents to learn skills to use that medium that we chose to use and collect data from the parents and students about the implementation of Instagram page. Was it helpful? Was it not helpful? Was it an added burden? Or what are some ways that I could benefit as a teacher or educational leader or technology leader in the future to make this plan more useful? First, I established a class page. Um, the class page was titled Tutus underscores ties, and we chose Instagram because many of my students' parents also already resided in that medium of Instagram. Many of my parents use Instagram on a daily basis. Many of my students, surprisingly, even though I teach first grade, also had Instagram pages, and they also engaged in social media in that manner. I had about two young ladies that had a substantial following, almost over 1,000 followers. So that was a very good cue to me that this was a good idea to start in a medium in which they were in. Second, I had parents who were not already that did not already have an account to create one. Those that had an account were asked to follow the class's page and to explore. Parents and students were asked to explore the page, practice sending messages for those that were new to Instagram, look at the Snapchat feature of Instagram, the other options, so they could become more familiar with Instagram. And this is actually a screenshot of my class Instagram page from one of the activities we had done and recently. After establishing the class page, the parents were asked to do some home connect activities and post their products to social media. My main objective for using social media, I wanted to engage parents, but I also wanted parents to understand that they did not always have to be consumers of social media. They could also be producers and put products in the educational arena for people to consume. Home Connect activities are tasks that students complete at home with their parent or even their guardian or maybe their older sibling. The tasks are an extension of what this child has learned in class already, but involves their parents. So Home Connect activities takes what's taking place in the classroom and takes it into the home and engages the parents into the learning process of what's taking place in the classroom. Currently, these pictures are a couple of Home Connect activities. At the time, we were doing research, and the kids were doing research here at the school, and these are some of the products they posted about Martin Luther King. If you use to click on that picture, it will be a description about some things Martin Luther King, Madam T.J. Walker, the first African American millionaire. These were taken during African American Black History Month. Next, so we gave an example of this task. At the time, our class was discussing three-dimensional shapes. The children were told to go home and identify 3D shapes around their house with their parents. Then take a picture of the object and post the picture on the class Instagram page. Parents reported back that they enjoyed this assignment as much as their children and that their children was able to make real world connections. It's very important for us to understand as technology leaders and as teachers that our children are able to take concepts that they're learning in the classroom and apply them to everyday life. At this time, we were learning about three-dimensional shapes and the characteristics of three-dimensional shapes. So as the task, the Home Connect task was that the child was to go home, identify three-dimensional shapes around their homes, take a picture with those shapes, and post those pictures online. The parents reported back that the children were more engaged with the learning process, and they, as parents, were more aware of what was going on in the classroom. Here are a couple of pictures. The first picture at the top is of young man Lee. He took a picture. He made his own cube. He wasn't able to find a cube at home, so he made his own cube. Other children, such as Creve, had his brother join in. They found some spheres, their basketballs. I had children go out on farms to find cylinders. Parents stopped on the side of the road to find cones, pyramids, other spheres, and the list goes on and on. But this shows that the children were able to take what they were learning in the classroom, go home, explain to mom and dad what they were doing, and to apply those skills to everyday life and what was going around with them. But this is only one example of one Home Connect experience to draw the child into the learning process and also the parents. The evaluation plan for this was we really wanted to focus on the strategies. Make sure we focus on the strategies that we're using. Also, we want to make sure we're focusing on professional learning that focuses on the best ways to use social media in a manner that differentiates the lesson that speaks to the various needs of the students, but also focus on ways to invite parents into the educational arena. Also, candidates. Also, I evaluated. I was looking for better ways for practical methods, leadership, and changing teaching method so that we could tie in social media, and increase teacher and parent involvement in this process. Also, we did some surveys to get some feedback from the parents, how they felt about using social media. Description of the capstone experience. Like I said at first, the teachers were sent surveys to determine their level of social media use in their personal and professional lives. We set up some troubleshooting weekly for parents also and for teachers. Some of our parents were not very familiar with social media, so We had to teach them some of the ins, some of the do's, some of the don'ts on social media, and what was appropriate and what may not be appropriate. Also, some of our teachers, particularly our older staff who don't engage in social media on a regular basis, we had to go over some of the basics for them, and also how to use social media. These teachers were able to check in and get help if they need help with troubleshooting, collaboration, or coming up with assignments, or they can even come to me to share their own success stories, which was very validating in this capstone process. Also, parents and students were encouraged to share their learning with their peers online. And a lot of times, some parents would share methods they were using in the classroom and post them to the page, and other parents would see and use those learning methods with their own children. Reflecting back on the capstone, I would like to continue working with the teachers to show them ways to foster positive relationships with their parents and their students on social media. I would encourage parents to communicate and collaborate with each other more over the social media platform. I think that's where the authentic learning really starts to take place, is when they're sharing ideas and it's just not coming from me to them or from the school to the home, but from home to home and from even from home to school. I think I should reach out next time more to the parents, because parents have a lot of information and knowledge that they can share with you to make your lessons better. Next time I'll also invite my peers, such as my fellow teachers and fellow technology leaders, and even administration, to follow my class to see what's going on and to even provide more feedback. Also, within our reflection, I have a couple of quotes from the parents um, that expressed from the surveys that we gave out. One parent said, "Thank you for meeting me in the medium in which I reside. As an extensive social media user, you using Instagram allowed me to use a platform that I was comfortable and fluent in using." Christy Williams. The next one was, "Utilizing Instagram to engage me as a parent helped me engage in the learning process. Each night I could roam the class timeline to stay abreast of the learning that occurred in the classroom," which was Jamie Millwood. Next, "I often looked at social media as a way to waste time and never understood the potential that it had to enhance the educational setting," Marquita Stiles. And finally, our final quote comes from Marcus Butts. "Social media has made the engagement process so much more comfortable as a single parent." And these are just quotes from a few parents that really enjoyed the capstone. My personal takeaway is, as a technology leader and educator, we have to make sure we are looking for innovative ways to engage and educate our parents and students. With creativity and foresight, we can turn simple tools into instruments that transform the learning process for the benefit of all actors involved. And finally, students have much to teach teachers, but are they willing to learn? As leaders and educators, we have to be willing to learn from our students and parents, because they have so much to teach us. So much to teach us. And this capstone also was able to foster relationships, I think, that will continue to reap dividends and benefits as the years go on. These are my acknowledgments from my research papers that I researched. And finally, thanks. If you have any questions, you can find us at Tutus and Ties on Instagram, or you can email me at Kamario_Twilly at Putnam.k12.ga.us. Thank you.